ॐ मङ्गलम् ओङ्कारमङ्गलम् ॐ मङ्गलम् ओङ्कारमङ्गलम् गुरुमङ्गलम् गुरुपादमङ्गलम् गुरुमङ्गलम् गुरुपादमङ्गलम् ॐ मङ्गलम् ओङ्कारमङ्गलम् ॐ मङ्गलम् ओङ्कारमङ्गलम् गुरुमङ्गलम् गुरुपादमङ्गलम् गुरुमङ्गलम् गुरुपादमङ्गलम् गुरुपादमङ्गलम् ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् ॐ सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः। A very great welcome to one and all for today's session on mindfulness. We are discussing the subject of mindfulness, an open eye meditation. This session is a fourth session. So, the topic is no doubt subtle, but today we are going to see a very interesting subject. What's that? The subject of today's discussion: are you free? Are you ready to be free? Are you ready to be free? Is it not a very interesting subject? Someone may ask, free from what? Free from what? Let me tell you, see, we all know we have three equipments with us. And what are they? Body, mind, and intellect. Body is our gross equipment. Body is our gross equipment. Other two are very subtle: mind and intellect. Mind and intellect are very subtle. In these three, mind is a center point for everything in our life. Please note it. Mind is a center point of everything in our life. It is said, as your mind, so you are. As your mind, so you are. Okay. So, what is this mind? This mind is flow of thoughts. This mind is flow of thoughts. It's like a water flowing in a river. So, what is river? Flowing of water is called as river. In the same way, continuous flow of thoughts is mind. Continuous flow of thought is mind. Now we have so many thoughts in our mind. Scientists have discovered that on an average we have 50,000 thoughts flowing through our mind in a day. My God! But yes, it's a fact. We do not identify very much with every thought, but we identify with some thought very much. Think, we identify with some thought very much. It is like if in your friend circle you identify with one or two friends of yours, then what happens? Then repeatedly we remain in contact with these two. Similarly, when we identify with the thought, the thought also start coming repeatedly. So, a repetitive movement of thought. Please note it. A repetitive movement of thought, of any thought. What is the effect of it? So, the effect of any repetitive thought is a formation of deep impression in the mind. Formation of deep impression in the mind. So, when the impression is deep, let me give an example and then it will be more clear. See, when there is a small plant, what do we do with it? We care, and what we do? We water the plant every day. So, by watering the plant every day, the root of the plant keeps growing inward and the branches of the plant growing outward. That means upward. One day, the root or roots of this now no more a plant, a big tree reaches to the source of water. Reaches to the source of water. Now, no more external source of water is required. Why? Because the roots of this tree. Now, roots of the tree have now completely connected to the source of water in the soil, and it is a permanent source for this tree. In the same way, when a thought forms a deep impression in the mind, now your thinking is not required because it goes into auto mode and repeatedly the same thoughts keep coming to your mind. And this is called as the fixation of the thought. This is called as a fixation of the thought. What happens when we have this fixation of the thought? Our mind becomes very, very strong. Our mind becomes very strong. And it becomes so much so strong that it overpowers our own intellect. It overpowers our own intellect. How? See, it does not allow intellectual discriminative power to function. It doesn't allow intellectual discriminative power to function. And that's how it takes over the intellect. Simple example, a very popular example is Arjuna over the battlefield. When his mind overpowered his intellect, his discrimination was taken away by the power of wrong notions of the thought. Coming back. So, let me give another example, very simple example. You must have seen this near by your whosoever lives or around you. Nail biting. See, people, they do not understand. One day they realize, oh my God, I am eating my own nails, and now there are no more actually nails are there, but still this person is eating whatever little also comes as a growth of nail, or this person can eat its own skin because it's so compulsive. Now, please understand, this is where one has to understand this mind is under compulsive mode because of the fixation of the thought. And this mind is bound by its own tendencies. What are the tendencies? Called as deep impressions. So, this is what is a bondage. What? A fixation of thought, formation of tendencies in the mind. So one has to be very clear about this mind and how this fixation of thought occurs. Now, is there a solution? Yes. The solution is on two levels. The first level solution, let me start with. First level solution, we have to be very clear that let me develop a great awareness. Let me develop great awareness. Keep your mind alert. Keep your mind alert. Do not allow fixation of thoughts. Three things I said. First, develop good awareness. Second, keep your mind alert. Third, do not allow fixation of the thoughts. See, it is possible. It is possible. Let me give an example. Whenever, or rather on every day, we all look into a mirror for many times. We all look into the mirror for many times. So when we look at the mirror, if we see a dirt on our dress or on our body part, what do? Immediately we clean it. Now just imagine when we see a dirt on our dress or on the body part, we come to know what is required. So, one has to be very clear about it, that we also must know this is what is required for everyone to do in case of every day clearing the wrong notion of thought. Another example I would like to give. See, when a growing child is there, the child is small but it's growing. So what happens? A stage comes in the child's life. Whatever it sees, it wants to test. It want to actually know what it is. So it just put everything into the mouth. So at this moment, the parents are so alert. Either father or mother, whosoever is around, they do not allow this child to put all things in mouth. See, what is this? This is an alert action. In the same way, we have to develop such sort of mind which is alert, which is vigilant, which does not allow fixation of thought in the mind. So this is one method which is a preventive method. Now, Swamiji, what happens for those who have already fixed lots of thought and they have lots of tendencies? What to do? Yes, for them we have a solution, no doubt about it. But those who have already lots of fixation in the mind, or has lot of tendencies, those who have developed, for them two important things are required. Please note, two important things are required. The first is very firm determination. Very firm determination. And second important is willpower. Second important is willpower. Willpower to be free from compulsive thought, compulsive actions. We first should understand all such tendencies are acquired one. All such tendencies are acquired by all of us. So, understand the principle. That which is acquired can be changed surely. That which is acquired can be changed easily, if not easily, but surely. This is very important. That which is natural, remains with all of us, till the end of this life. Please note it. Let me give an example. See, hunger. Hunger is natural to every one of us. Hunger is natural to every one of us. So, it remains with us forever in our life. Only those who are chronic patient of different diseases, I'm not talking about them. But a normal healthy person is having a hunger forever in his or her life. Right? Now, what is an acquired tendency? Eating junk food. Oh, Swamiji, do not just catch our pulse. It is. So eating junk food is an acquired thing. So that which is acquired can be really changed by right effort. What are the things required? One has to develop an art of observing a thought. One has to develop an art of observing thought. See, every action is happening because of the power of the thought. Every action is happening because of the power of the thought. Let me give an example. Morning, most of the people, they get up and a powerful thought comes, oh, let me have a tea. And immediately they have to have a tea. This is called as a power of thought. So, we have to check it at the subtle level. That means instead of controlling the action, you have to check at the level of thought. At the level of thought. See how it is possible. Start witnessing your thought. Start witnessing your thought. This is very important now method. Start witnessing your thought. Example, this is an object. This is an object. This object is different than me. Yes or no? Yes. How I can see this object, I can touch this object. Therefore, this is other than me. Similarly, we all have to understand when I see my thought, that thought has become object for me. That thought has become object for me. So, if you develop this witnesshood, then what will happen? Again, one important method you have to apply. Bring a counter thought which is very powerful, which can really weaken your compulsive thought. You have to develop this habit of bringing a counter thought immediately at that moment when this compulsive thought comes. And this will take care to the great extent of this compulsive thought. Let me just tell you a small story here. See, APJ Abdul Kalam ji, a great person. He wanted to become a fighter pilot. Yes, he wanted to become fighter pilot. But he couldn't really get through because of his weak eyesight. And then he was so much depressed. That what I wanted, now it is not possible. What is there to live in this life? What is there? What is the fun in life now? And so on and so forth, which happens to so many other people also. Please understand. One thing cannot dictate your life. One thing cannot dictate your life, rather should not dictate your life. Because life is much more than anything which is we understand as an action. Please understand. Okay, coming back to APJ Abdul Kalam. So he went to finish his life and he was in Delhi. So he went to Haridwar. He couldn't find right place. He went to Rishikesh. So here in Rishikesh, he met a very great person, Swami Shivanandaji Maharaj. Shivanandaji Maharaj could understand because of his facial expression and a very negative approach to the life. So Shivanandaji Maharaj told this person, means APJ Abdul Kalam ji, my dear, defeat the defeatist in you. Defeat the defeatist in you. You will create miracles. This is a beautiful and a fantastic suggestion given by Shivanandaji Maharaj. Defeat the defeatist in you. You will create miracles. So, one has to understand there is nothing which is defeating all of us which is outside. There is no object which can defeat us. The defeating factor, the negativity, the fixation of thought is inside. Please note it. Understand it. So you have to work here See, in this world, there are only two things: object and subject. Objects are all inert. Objects are all inert, and subject is sentient. Subject is sentient, called as conscious. Now, we must understand subject is seer and object is seen. Subject is seer and object is seen. See, to understand in this world, objects as seen is not very difficult. Like I shown this. Yeah, this is the object and it is seen. So, it is not very difficult at all to know, yes, objects are seen. Now, little subtle you have to understand. What is that? This body, as we see, and you can change whatever the shape and size of this body by right thinking and right action. Hope you understand and appreciate. Yes, the body size can be definitely changed. So that means that which you can change and also acquire. So the so-called as thin body, muscular body, the fatty body, and so on, you can acquire and change also to a different size and shapes. Now, second important point. Hope you understand that you can see your thought. Like sometimes when you are little perturbed by someone, a thought comes, oh, let me give him one. But immediately you understand, no. That's not the right thing to do. See what happened? Because you could see your thought, you can understand your thought, so you can change your thought. Hope it is clear. So, that which is seen is not a subject. So, mind is also seen. Now comes intellect. What is intellect? All different ideas. So, you can change the ideas too. That means you can see the pattern of ideas in your intellect. So, you can change your decisions. Like your intellect is a seat of decision, is a source of decision. And that also you can see and change. That means mind and intellect is also seen. Then, what else? That which is registering every change on body, mind and intellect level is changeless. That which is registering every change at body, mind and intellect level is changeless. That changeless is a seer. That seer is awareness. That awareness you are. That awareness you are. So, the first level to know you are that seer, you are that awareness. Second level, understand how to reach there. Third level, realize that yes, I am that awareness. I am that awareness. One who can know, understand and realize that I am the seer, I am the awareness, can definitely change any thought pattern, can change any compulsive thought pattern. It is possible by developing a right awareness, getting established in awareness. One who gets established in awareness, that is mindfulness. That is mindfulness. And the mindfulness is open eye meditation. Mindfulness is open eye meditation. Because once you know, I am the seer, and rest everything is seen. Everything is an acquired one. That which is acquired can be changed by right efforts. It requires right determination, willpower, and then you can meditate just like that. And you don't require to close or open your eyes, because you are now into it. You are that awareness. Thank you for being with us. We enjoyed sharing some thoughts on a very interesting topic of mindfulness and open eye meditation. I hope all this sharing of thoughts will help you to develop the mindfulness and remain in meditation. When 24/7. Thank you. Thank you once again for being with us. May God and Puju Gurudev, grace and blessings be with one and all. Hari Om.